Let's dive into the newscast with the latest coming in from the United States as witness testimony continues on the third day of the George Floyd trial. 46-year-old black man George Floyd had died in May 2020 after a police officer placed his knee on Floyd's neck even though he could not breathe. The trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is currently underway in Minneapolis. On your screens is the new footage that was played today at the trial. It is from inside Cup Foods, where George Floyd was taken in custody by the police. The store clerk, Christopher Martin, is on the stand testifying while the video is being played out. At one point, the video shows Martin selling Floyd a pack of cigarettes. Martin can be seen in the footage too, holding up the $20 bill that Floyd gave him. The video shows George Floyd in his final minutes inside the store. Martin said that he immediately believed the $20 bill that Floyd gave him was fake. While he initially planned to just put the bill on his tab, he then second-guessed himself and told a manager. This led to a sequence of events, ending with Floyd's arrest outside the store. The cashier also said that while Floyd appeared to be under influence of drugs, the 46-year-old was able to make conversation. Although the county medical examiner ruled Floyd's death a homicide resulting from the police restraint, fentanyl and methamphetamine was found in Floyd's blood at the autopsy. Derek Chauvin's lawyers are now trying to argue that the death was really a drug overdose. For more details, let's quickly go across to our correspondent Susan Tehrani, who's joining us live from New York with more details. Susan, how would you describe day 3 of the Chauvin trial?
Yeah, we're really seeing very emotional testimonies coming forth during the second day, which was yesterday and today, as the trial starts with this 19-year-old store clerk being in the witness seat. And we see and hear firsthand accounts from the individuals who were at the scene and how a string of events that, as we see CCTV footage from inside the store, that seems to be extremely ordinary during an ordinary day, and ordinary encounters in a supermarket in a normal city, what seems to be really turned into a cold alleged murder in a very quick cycle and sequence of events. What's very noteworthy right now in seeing these footages is for the prosecutor to be able to demonstrate again of the normalcy of the situation and how perhaps the crime that George Floyd was committing, the alleged crime, which was the use of alleged drugs and also giving a counterfeit $20 bill to purchase cigarettes and then not coming back in the store to pay for his cigarettes, really does not fit the way he was treated by Derek Chauvin and ultimately have his life taken away from him. So these are very, while they may seem very mundane, they're sort of leading up to what will be a conclusion by the jury of how the punishment did not really equal the alleged crime that was committed.
Absolutely. Susan, having said that, it's also going to establish how trustworthy are these administrative institutions at the moment in the United States. Susan, there's also talk about how Chauvin's lawyer ended up using racial overtones like the angry black man while questioning an African-American witness, which is rather ironical, especially after how Floyd's death became a moment for global racial reckoning. Is that true? And what are your thoughts?
Well, what we do know is that this is a very important and very this is a case that's, I'm sorry, I'm just being distracted actually by an individual here. I was just making sure that I'm safe.
That's all right.
This is an issue that is very important to certain communities and marginalized communities here in the United States, and race is at the heart of the matter. And so it's very understanding that every single aspect of this trial is being closely watched. However, we did know from beforehand that the defense, because it doesn't have a lot in its hand, was going to portray the witnesses as being a distraction, being emotional, and being angry, regardless of the color of their skin. And in that sense, what they were trying to prove, again, whether it will be convincing or not, is that Derek Chauvin was distracted by this quote-unquote angry crowd, and that's why he wasn't able to care for Chauvin the way he should, which ultimately resulted in alleged manslaughter or murder. So that was at the heart of the discussion, but absolutely the concern is there. This is something that the United States has been dealing with for a year, and that race is at the heart of the matter.
Right. I'm going to let you leave it at that. Thank you so much, Susan, for bringing in all those inputs from New York. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.